Welcome to the information session on the University of Houston for applicants from VNU-International University, or IU, for the spring, summer, and fall 2014 admissions. My name is Dr. Veronique Tran. I'm the Director of Learning Through Discovery in the Division of Academic Affairs at the University of Houston. And joining me today are Mr. Adam Chen.
My name is Adam Chen. I am an International Admissions Counselor at the Office of Admissions.
And also Mr. Brent Spraggins.
Hi everyone, I'm Brent Spraggins, Director of Pre-Business Advising and Special Programs for the Bauer College of Business.
We'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us today. And what we would like to do is share some information about the City of Houston and the university itself. And you'll be able to learn a lot about the university, the programs that we offer, the housing options, tuition and cost of attendance, as well as some scholarship opportunities. Once we review all of those, I will be handing the information session over to Mr. Adam Chen, who will share information about the application process, the admissions criteria, the various paperwork and documentation that are available, as well as the I-20 requirements. Following that, I will return and share some information about the 2+2 transfer credits program that we have developed in partnership with VNU-IU. And finally, Mr. Brent Spraggins will share some more detailed information about the Bauer College of Business and various requirements for those of you who are considering the business major. So first off, I'd like to share some information about the City of Houston. You may know that Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States, and it's also known as the energy capital of the world. So there are many companies here, thousands of companies that deal with the oil and gas industry. There are 23 Fortune 500 companies, and we are also home to the Texas Medical Center, which is the world's largest medical center. There are two major public airports, and as being an international city, Houston also is home to consular offices from 92 different countries. Houston also hosts a vibrant arts and cultural activities, including the Houston Museum District, which is one of the largest in the United States. And you also find a lot of variety and diversity in our food and cuisine, and there are over 11,000 restaurants that you can sample from, including Vietnamese food. Other notable rankings that about the city include it being rated by Forbes as the #5 best big city for jobs. It's the #1 coolest city, which means that it's popular really among the younger adults. It's the #4 in the most diverse metropolitan area. And MSN Now ranked Houston as the #1 city for recent college graduates. So when you come here, there will be a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage of internships as well as job opportunities so that you can gain practical experience in addition to your education at the University of Houston. The city also has a growing international community. The Houston metro area has 2.2 million, but as you include the subdivisions in the greater Houston area, the population is nearing 5 million. And you can see here that the Vietnamese population, there are over 100,000 Vietnamese in the Houston area, being second probably only to California in terms of Vietnamese in the United States. And regarding the Vietnamese and Asian communities, there is a business and shopping and entertainment district in Bel Air that's referred to as Chinatown or Asian Town, and you'll find there's Hong Kong City Mall, Viet Hoa Supermarket. Various Vietnamese festivals are celebrated throughout the city, including Tết and Tết Trung Thu, There are also various cultural events hosted by the Texas Asia Society. And here at the University of Houston campus, we have a Vietnamese Student Association that you can join as well. The University of Houston is a fairly large campus, and it's a public university. We have over 40,000 students, and about 3,500 of those are international students from over 121 different countries. In fall 2012, we hosted 320 students from Vietnam, and we look forward to welcoming you and that number of Vietnamese students growing in the coming years. The campus also hosts over 500 student organizations, and that's something that we encourage all of you to get involved in when you come to campus, is to join not just one, but probably two or more organizations, and Mr. Spraggins actually will tell you more about some of those in the business school later. We also have 16 college sports teams, so you'll be able to go watch football, soccer, basketball, baseball, and so forth. And we also have a campus recreation center, actually, where you can play some sports yourself and exercise. We have approximately 6,000 students who live on campus, and I'll tell you more about some of our residence halls in a little bit. And one important fact also is that our University Career Services Center, as well as the Rockwell Career Center over in the Bauer College, post a lot of different job openings that are available through various employers that are seeking to recruit UH-educated students. You can read more about the University of Houston through this website link, uh.edu/about. The University of Houston has earned several distinctions. One is that it is a Tier 1 research university, which means that the faculty here have very high research activity, and that is very good for students, because that means that the faculty who are teaching students in the classroom are doing cutting-edge, innovative research in their fields. And another distinction that UH has is that it's one of the nation's best colleges as ranked by the Princeton Review. And it's also listed among the nation's best colleges of 2013 by U.S. News & World Report. Continuing with the various distinctions of the university, I mentioned that we have over 3,500 international students, and that ranks the UH among the top 25 campuses in the United States with the most international students. We are also one of 10 universities in the U.S. enrolling the most transfer students, and we know that many of you will be, through the 2+2 and twinning programs, you'll be joining us as a transfer student. We're also ranked number 7th in the nation for graduating students with the least amount of debt. So the costs are reasonable in terms of the education that you'll be receiving. With regard to academics, we have over 120 different undergraduate majors and minors, 139 master's degree concentrations, and 54 different doctoral programs, as well as 3 professional degree programs. And you can see here the various colleges that the University of Houston hosts. They include the College of Architecture, the College of Business, which you'll hear more about from Mr. Spraggins, the College of Education, Engineering, the Hilton College of Hotel and Restaurant Management, our Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, which includes majors such as economics, psychology, English, political science, and so forth. We also have natural sciences and mathematics, so all the biology, biochemistry, physics, math, computer science, and we have a College of Technology as well. In addition, there's some special colleges that you'll see here on the right-hand column, The Honors College is an interdisciplinary college, so you can major in any of the primary colleges, but you can be a member of honors and take honors courses and be a part of the honors community. We also have 4 different professional and graduate colleges. That includes the UH Law Center for those of you who are interested in pursuing a law degree, optometry, so Doctor of Optometry, and pharmacy, as well as the Graduate College of Social Work. So you can see that there are a lot of choices for you depending on your interest and the career path that you've chosen. One good thing with the 2+2 programs that we've developed is that there are quite a number of credits that are core credits or core curriculum credits. And with that, those core credits apply to most all of the majors. There's some majors that may require specific core courses, but in general, the courses that you've taken there in Vietnam will transfer and count towards your major as well. So now I'd like to share some information about living on campus, and you know, for all of you, this most likely will be your first time in a big city, in the city of Houston or in the United States. And in recent years, the University of Houston has increased the number of options and facilities for you to be able to live on campus and benefit from living on campus. And so just wanted to review real quickly some reasons why you might want to consider living on campus, especially if you do not already have family or friends who reside in Houston. If you're coming on your own, then it's, there are several good reasons why you might consider living on campus. One is that it does save time and money in terms of inconvenience, and that really speaks to the gas money that you would save by not having to drive, or also the money that you would save by not having to get a car because you could just wake up and walk to class. Convenience and time, because rather than sitting in traffic for maybe almost an hour, that you can just wake up and walk to class and not worry about fighting traffic. Houston is a very big city, and so with our freeway system and so forth, during the peak traffic hours, it's not so easy to get to campus. We also have several different dining options, including, and you can purchase meal plans with your housing. So we have a fresh food company in Cougar Woods and other options where you can dine on campus. And quite a lot of our facilities also have either common kitchens or kind of shared suite kitchens as well, and so you can also cook your own food. There are no hidden costs, and this speaks to, like, if you were to rent an apartment, there would be, you would have your utility or electrical bill and maybe other deposits and a lot of other costs that maybe you didn't consider, whereas living on campus, kind of all those are rolled already into the campus housing fee. It's also a great opportunity for you to make new friends, and especially with you being new to the University of Houston and new to America, living on campus allows you to build community, build friendships with the people who you're living among. So, and it's also good for study groups and other things where you would go and study at the library together, or other kind of group activities. There's a supportive environment. Each of our residential facilities have resident assistants who are kind of upperclassmen, mentor type students who are there to provide support, as well as the university housing staff also. So you're not having to deal with problems on your own. There's a supportive environment for you. You can also choose from, some of our residence halls have entire floors devoted to a particular theme, for example, business or other science, or other, kind of people who may share your common interests. And it does help you to achieve academic success if you do live on campus because of all these reasons. And also that the tutoring centers are located conveniently in the dorms. So our Learning Support Services, which provides tutoring, is located in Cougar Village 1, and so that's very convenient for you to receive those tutoring services. The campus also is striving to be a safe campus. We have our own University of Houston Department of Public Safety and police that are present and patrolling the area. You can also request security escorts through a phone number. So if you are staying late on campus and need to be escorted to your car, then you can request that. So there are many reasons, as you can see, to consider living on campus. Here are some pictures of our facilities. This is the Cougar Village facility that I mentioned to you. This is the Moody Towers, one of our older residence halls that's been renovated, and that's where the fresh food dining facility is located. We also have Calhoun Loft, and mostly for professional graduate students, but there are also upperclassmen, juniors and seniors that live there as well. This is very close to the Bauer College of Business. And we also have several facilities that are more apartment-like living. So this is an example, Cambridge Oaks. So if you want to learn more about housing, we encourage you to view these videos to see, learn more about what other students who have lived on campus have to say about it. And information about the housing rates can be found here. And you can also schedule a tour if you were visiting campus so you can see what options are available. The best time for you to apply in order to reserve a room is to apply as soon as you receive your acceptance letter. And you can find more information about housing, on-campus housing, through this website, which is housing.uh.edu. This is also the phone number for the on-campus housing office, 713-743-6000. So that is another option for you as well for information. There is some information about other housing options that you can find on the website for the International Student and Scholar Services, or ISSO office. So we invite you to visit that website as well. So what are the costs for going to college at the University of Houston? We've summarized here for you the tuition and fees and room and board based on the 2012 numbers. And so to get the most up-to-date numbers, you'll need to visit the website that's indicated here. You can see here that international freshmen tuition and fees are about $28,600, whereas international transfer is slightly higher, but by not much. And so most of you will be coming to the University of Houston as international transfer students. So if you're looking at tuition and fees only, it would be about $20,000, additional $9,000 to $10,000 for room and board. And this is considering the on-campus housing rates. And so if you're living off-campus, that may or may not be less, depending on how many roommates and so forth that you're sharing costs with. Okay. In addition, you may have other out-of-pocket expenses that you need to plan for, and that includes the textbooks for your classes, other classroom materials, any other living expenses in terms of entertainment, going to the movies, shopping, going to restaurants and so forth. There's parking also, orientation fees, transportation, student health insurance, and cost of vaccines. So those are not included in these calculations here. So many of you, I'm sure, are wondering about scholarships, and so we've listed here some scholarships that are available to international students. And so we encourage you to look at the criteria to see if you meet the scholarship criteria and apply. Each of the colleges also host their own college-specific scholarships. Most of these are for current student. So that means that once you come to the University of Houston and earn grades that are above 3.0, 3.5 GPA, then you would qualify for many more scholarships. I do know that the Hilton College of Hotel Restaurant Management will award scholarships to international transfer students. And so that is one option that you can look at to apply for even before you would come to UH, whereas most of the other college scholarships are based on current student academic performance. So one benefit that we wanted to make you aware of is that if you do receive a scholarship that is $1,000 or more per year, then you would qualify for an out-of-state tuition waiver. So what this means is that you would be eligible to pay in-state tuition rather than out-of-state tuition. So we want you to be aware of that, because even though a scholarship may be only for $1,000, the benefit from it is actually much more, close to $10,000, because instead of paying $19,800, you'll be paying only $9,000 if you're a freshman. In your case, as a transfer student, instead of the $20,500, you would be only paying $10,000. So you can see the savings there if you're able to secure a $1,000 minimum scholarship award. So we encourage you to apply for scholarships that you may qualify for. If you have more information about scholarships and tuition and fees, then we encourage you to contact our Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid. Number is 713-743-1010, option 5, and the website is listed here. And you can also contact the Bursar's office, which is our Office of Student Financial Services, and the number there is the same, which is our call center, 713-743-1010, but then you press option 6. And now I'd like to hand over the presentation to Mr. Adam Chen, who will share with you the process for applying to UH as well as the various admissions criteria. Mr. Chen?
Thank you, Dr. Tran. I will go over our admission criteria and also information about how to apply for undergraduate admissions to the University of Houston. And this admission criteria information it's for international transfer applicants who have completed 1 academic year or more of studies at a non-U.S. post-secondary institution, which I believe will apply to most VNU applicants. The first item you will have to, I would like to talk about is the GPA requirements. When we look at your academic performance, we look at your non-U.S. coursework. You must achieve the equivalent of a B or 3.0 or higher. For applicants who attended an institution that distinguishes higher and lower divisions, that is the pluses and minuses in the grading scale, a GPA of 2.5, which is a C+, is required. Now, there are some special major requirements that may apply. For example, if you wish to apply for undergraduate admission to business, you must have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 or B. If you wish to be accepted to hotel and restaurant management, you must have a minimum GPA of 2.85. If you have done U.S. coursework, we also look at your U.S. coursework GPA, and our transfer admissions criteria website has details about our requirements on the U.S. coursework. Now, when you have U.S. coursework and non-U.S. coursework done before, we look at all of them, and we look at your U.S. and non-U.S. coursework separately. Your U.S. and non-U.S. GPA must each meet the major GPA requirement. When we calculate your GPA, we look at all of your courses and all the course attempts that you have done before. For example, if you took one class before and you retook the class for some reason, we will look at the grades for both attempts. The second requirement you must meet to be accepted to the University of Houston is the English language requirement. You must achieve one of the following. You can take the TOEFL IBT, which is the internet-based TOEFL, and you have to achieve a score of 79 or higher. If you take the TOEFL IBT, the PBT, which is the paper-based TOEFL, you must achieve a 550 or higher. If you take the IELTS, you must achieve an overall band score of 6.5 or higher. There are certain applicants who are exempt from the TOEFL and IELTS requirements. That is, there are certain applicants who do not have to submit the TOEFL and IELTS scores. And I would like to list all of the applicants who do not have to submit the test scores. Now, if the applicant has graduated from a U.S. high school, the student does not have to submit a TOEFL or IELTS score. The applicant must submit a sealed official high school transcript showing the degree has been issued. Now, the GED does not waive the TOEFL and IELTS requirement. If before the application deadline, the applicant has obtained an Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, a bachelor's degree or higher from a U.S. regionally accredited college or university, the applicant does not have to take the TOEFL or IELTS. The applicant must submit an official transcript showing the degree awarded. An Associate of Applied Science degree does not waive the requirement. If the applicant has obtained a degree before the application deadline from a recognized English-speaking country, and the Office of Admissions considers it equivalent to a U.S. high school diploma, 4-year bachelor's degree or higher, the applicant does not have to take or submit a TOEFL or IELTS scores. The applicant must submit a certified copy of the degree awarded. Associate degrees from these countries do not waive the requirement. Now, there are applicants who attend the University of Houston Language and Culture Center. If the applicant graduated from the LCC Level 6, the applicant does not have to take the TOEFL. Attending other intensive English programs does not waive the English language requirement. Let's look at the process to apply for undergraduate admission to the University of Houston. Before I get started, I would like to remind you that when you apply, please make sure your name appearing on your application materials match your name on your passport. Now, if the name on your application materials do not match the names on your passport, then please let us know as soon as possible, and you can contact the Office of Admissions directly regarding this matter. The first item to submit to apply is the online application for the University of Houston main campus. You may submit the online application at applytexas.org. When you apply, please choose the application type Transfer International. You will be asked to pay an application fee of $75. Now, this fee cannot be refunded or deferred to another semester. You must pay one application fee for each application that you submit. Once you submit the online application, the application cannot be deferred to another semester. We highly recommend that you designate your advisor as your representative in the online application. And also, we recommend that you use your advisor's work address as your mailing address. This is to ensure that once you are accepted, you will receive the I-20s and also the letter of acceptances in timely manner. The second item to submit is your academic records. You need to submit your academic records showing all grades completed from every college and university you have ever attended, even if you decide not to transfer certain credits. It is mandatory that you submit the original official transcripts. And also, if you have obtained a degree or a graduation certificate, you need to submit that graduation certificate or degree. Now, we do have specific requirements on academic records from certain countries, so please make sure to click on the hyperlink and visit our website for details. The third item to submit is your English test score, that is the TOEFL or IELTS. TOEFL scores must be sent by the testing agency directly to the University of Houston, institution code 6870. IELTS test report forms must be mailed to the office admissions. The deadline to apply for spring 2014 undergraduate admission to the University of Houston is October 1st, 2013. The deadline to apply for summer or fall 2014 undergraduate admission to the University of Houston is April 1st, 2014. Now, there's some important information I would like to go over regarding how to apply. The first one is about deadlines. All application materials must reach the office admissions before the application deadline. Students completing their applications after the deadline will not be considered for admission. The second item is the complete educational background. Applicants must submit official academic records from every college and university, U.S. and non-U.S., they have ever attended, even though if they may not want to transfer some credits. Third one is the acceptable academic records. The determination of whether an academic record is official and acceptable rests solely with the office admissions. And there are certain specific requirements on academic records from certain countries, and I recommend that you visit our website for details. Fourth item is the no return of documents. All submitted documents become the property of the University of Houston and will not be returned. And the last item is the misrepresentation of academic records. Applicants must not make inaccurate statements or submit false material in connection to their applications. Misrepresentations may lead to application denial, admission withdrawal, or rescission of awarded degrees. The determination that an application is inaccurate or contains misrepresentations rests solely with the office admissions. Let's look at how you can check your application status. After you submit the online application, you should receive a MyUH ID, that is your student ID number, within 3 days. With your student ID number, you can check your application status at myuh.uh.edu or my.uh.edu. When you log on to your student account, now you can see there's a to-do list. Please make sure to submit any outstanding items listed in your to-do list. Application materials arriving at the office admissions will not be removed from your to-do list immediately. During the application peak time, please allow 2 weeks for processing. The office admissions will not start reviewing an application until all materials for the application have been received and processed. After an admission has been reviewed and the decision has been made, you will receive a letter of notification in the mail. If you are accepted, you will receive an I-20 in the mail and information about the next steps via email. Let's talk about the I-20. Now, Form I-20, also called the Certificate of Eligibility for Non-Immigrant Student Status, is a document issued by a government-approved U.S. educational institution certifying that a student has been admitted to a full-time study program. After receiving I-20 from the University of Houston, an international student must make an appointment with the local U.S. embassy or consulate in the student's country and apply for an F-1 student visa. The student must have an F-1 student visa to enter the U.S. There are several steps to apply for the F-1 visa, and the steps may vary at different U.S. embassies or consulates. Please review instructions on the websites of your U.S. embassy. at the U.S. Embassy or consulate in the country where you intend to apply for the visa. In order to receive the I-20, please make sure that you have submitted the following I-20 documents to the office admissions with your application. The first item is the letter of financial backing form, which is available on our website, and please make sure your sponsor signed the form. The form should not be more than 6 months old from the date of signature. Please make sure to submit a bank statement showing a minimum of US dollars 28,600 or the equivalent. The bank statement should not be more than 6 months old. Please also submit a photocopy of your passport biographical page and also a U.S. visa if you have any. Also, please submit the student address photo identification form available on the office admissions website. As you can see here on the left-hand side, that's a screenshot of the a student's to-do list, and it shows the I-20 documents that are still outstanding. Now, the office admissions will not start processing an I-20 until a student has been officially accepted to the University of Houston, and the office admissions has received all required I-20 documents from the student. Once the I-20 has been issued, the I-20 pending item will be removed from the My UH account to-do list. The office admissions will mail your I-20 to your advisor. So in your application, please make sure to designate your advisor as your representative and put his or her work address as your mailing address. If you have any further questions about the admissions criteria and about how to apply, please feel free to contact the office admissions at admissions@uh.edu or call us at 713-743-1010 option 4. You can find details about the application process and criteria at www.uh.edu/international. And now let me have Dr. Tran talk about the transfer credits.
Now I'd like to share with you some more detailed information regarding the 2+2 program between the University of Houston and VNU-IU. As you can see here, the articulation agreement allows for 54 credits to be transferred from IU to UH, and that's broken down into 3 categories, and we'll look at that in detail. First is the core courses, up to 24 credit hours, up to 12 hours of pre-business courses, and up to 18 hours of advanced business courses, totaling the maximum transfer credits of 54. In the first category, which are the core courses, which are required for all majors, and you'll see that most majors that you would choose at the University of Houston will accept the credits from all these core courses. There are some exceptions when specific programs require you to take a specific core course to fulfill their requirements. But in general, core courses will count towards your degree. You can see here in the communication category that both English 1303 and 1304 will transfer. You will note, though, that you must have taken English 1304 in fall 2010 or later for it to transfer. There is also a math course, which is Math 022 UH, and Math Reasoning, which is MA 001 UH, and those transfer as well. There is one course that will transfer as Humanities Core Credit, and that is a kind of Vietnamese culture type course. There is a chemistry course and a biology course that will fulfill the natural sciences core requirement. And most recently, effective this fall 2013, students who are enrolled in BA 118 UH will receive credit for Psychology 1300. And Mr. Spraggins will explain later what that will mean in terms of a TSI exemption. So you can see here that if you do take all these courses at IU, you can transfer these 24 credits. The next category, which is pre-business, there's a pre-business requirement for math, so the courses that you took that fulfill the core also fulfill the pre-business. That's why they're not repeated here. There are 2 accounting courses as well as 2 economics courses that will fulfill pre-business course requirements, so that will give you an additional 12 credit hours. Finally, in the advanced business courses, there are several courses that have been approved. They include management, marketing, production operation management, intro to computers and MIS. And one thing I would note here is that if you took the course in fall 2010 or later, you will receive the credit for MIS 3300 at UH. However, if you took it before fall 2010, then you must take a UH exam that covers the advanced Excel topics that were not included in the original IU course. In addition, there are courses in finance and statistics that you can take at IU, but both of those require departmental exams. And this is the case for students who transfer from any institution to the Bauer College of Business. And so if you take all of these advanced business courses at IU, you can add an additional 18 credit hours for transfer to the University of Houston. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Brent Spraggins, who will share information with you about the Bauer College of Business.
Hello everyone. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about the Bauer College of Business, the majors that we offer, as well as some of our specialty programs and opportunities to get involved to make the most out of your experience here at the University of Houston. First of all, I'd like to let you know that the Bauer College of Business is the only comprehensive business school in Houston offering BBA, MBA, PhD, and Master of Accountancy and Finance degrees. The undergraduate program is ranked 53rd among public business schools by U.S. News & World Report, Best Undergraduate Programs 2013 ranking. The Bauer College offers 7 different majors, and many of the majors also offer specialty programs and certificates for interested students. So let's talk briefly about each of the 7 majors. First, accounting. The accounting profession encompasses far more than taxes, and Bauer's accounting program equips graduates for jobs in virtually any industry. While teaching standard accounting practices, the Department of Accountancy and Taxation also offers opportunities for students to get specialized knowledge of the practice in specialized industries with an internal audit certificate, oil and gas certificate, and the Professional Program in Accounting, or PPA, which allows students to obtain both their Bachelor's of Business Administration and Master of Science in Accountancy and meet academic requirements for the Certified Public Accountants exam. Students taking the standard finance track may choose from traditional careers in commercial banking, corporate finance, financial planning, money management, investment banking, and real estate. Specialty areas of concentration include global energy management, which includes a comprehensive 4-year professional program or a 2-year track within the finance major. Also available is risk management and insurance, a 2-year track within the finance major. The management major prepares students for the hoops and hurdles that inevitably come their way as a manager, administrator, or executive. By examining the behavior of people within formal organizations, the management degree equips students with the essentials of leadership: how to motivate and engage people, how to make tough decisions, how to adapt and respond to the work environment, how to handle stress, and how to manage human resources in the public and private sectors. Specialty tracks are available in leadership and human resource management. Bauer's marketing majors focus on the movement of goods and services. They learn everything they need to know about conducting market research, developing marketing plans, analyzing buyer behavior, using customer databases, and the practice of advertising, promotion, and communications. Sales is a good option for students with marketing interests. The Program for Excellence in Selling prepares students for careers in selling, especially high-value business-to-business sales. Students join the program through a competitive interview and selection process. 3 times since 2008, Bauer's undergraduate entrepreneurship program has been ranked #1 in the nation by the Princeton Review and Entrepreneur magazine. Entrepreneurship is a selective major. Only 35 applicants are chosen each year to study for a BBA in entrepreneurship. Once in, students follow a rigorous 5-course, 3-semester curriculum that begins with an overview of starting and owning a business. Students also get real-world experience through a variety of extracurricular programs, including guest lectures and mentorship. Management Information Systems, or MIS, is now a people skill rather than purely a technical skill. Our MIS program now trains business analysts rather than programmers, and Bauer's top-notch MIS program provides the skill sets for careers in IT project management, database technologies, IT infrastructure, IT consulting, cloud computing, and mobile applications. We also have a supply chain management major, also known as SCM, and this major builds on traditional areas of expertise that are part of the business degree, like marketing, finance, accounting, and strategic planning. From this foundation, the supply chain management major teaches students to apply and integrate the fundamentals of supply chain management, quality management, productivity, enhancement, and time-based competition. The major also helps students apply in-depth analysis of operations decisions such as new product development, supply chain capacity planning, process technology planning, factory automation and production systems as well. Bauer offers specialty certificates in 3 areas: strategic sourcing, advanced analytics, and energy supply chain management. If you'd like more information about the majors offered at the Bauer College of Business, please visit our website and specifically our prospective student brochure, which gives students a very good overview of all the different majors and specialty programs available through the Bauer College of Business. Now I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about some of the resources available to business students as they are exploring different majors that we offer. First of all, I'd like to talk about Gen B 3302, the Connecting Bauer to Business course. This is a unique course to the Bauer College of Business, developed entirely based on the feedback and input of employers who wanted to better prepare our students to be competitive in the job market. The course is designed to help students determine how they fit into the world of business, explore career options, with more than 50 guest speakers from various business fields to discuss career paths in their field and industries. Students also learn important skills like resume writing, interviewing techniques, and effective networking. The Rockwell Career Center also holds career fairs, information tables, and mixers for students to meet employers. Online tools, career counseling, workshops, and career panels also help students to prepare for the job market, including internships and on-campus recruiting for full-time employment after college. Finally, from your first day on campus at orientation until your graduation day, your academic advisor will be available to help you learn how to succeed academically, guide you through the degree plan, and assist you in choosing courses to meet your academic and career goals. A quality business education extends beyond the classroom, and getting involved on campus is important for your academic and career success. In addition to many opportunities and student organizations available at the University of Houston, the Bauer College of Business offers over 20 business-focused student organizations, as well as opportunities to learn how to succeed academically through the Emerging Leaders Academic Success Program, and opportunities to develop your leadership skills through programs like the Ted Bauer Leadership Certificate Program. Now let's take a few minutes to discuss placement testing, credit exams, and what you expect when you arrive on campus. The Texas Success Initiative is a state-mandated program designed to ensure that all students, domestic and international, possess the academic skills needed to perform effectively in college-level reading, writing, and math. VNU-IU students are generally exempt from demonstrating proficiency in math and writing due to English and math courses completed as part of the articulation agreement, but are currently not exempted from the reading proficiency requirement. Students must take the AccuPlacer Reading Comprehension Assessment before enrolling for their first term at U of H, but their scores should in no way prevent them from enrolling at the University of Houston for their first semester. The score on the Reading Comprehension Assessment simply helps us place you in the appropriate course for your first semester at the University of Houston. However, beginning in fall 2013, students who complete BA 118 UH, Introduction to Psychology, at VNU-IU will be exempt from the reading proficiency requirement. Students who have not completed Introduction to Psychology or completed BA 118-IU prior to fall 2013 must take the AccuPlacer Reading Comprehension Assessment before enrolling for their first term at the University of Houston.
We've now come to the close of the information session, and we hope that you found the information helpful as you prepare to apply to the University of Houston. We're looking forward to welcoming you here next semester. I'd like to invite Mr. Chen and Mr. Spraggins to also say goodbye to you.
Thank you for attending our info session, and I look forward to seeing you soon on campus at the University of Houston.
Thanks again for your time, and let us know if you have any questions.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chen, Mr. Spraggins, for joining me. And if you do have questions after viewing this information session, we encourage you to email your advisor at your campus, your university, and he will direct those questions to us